What do you expect to see? All right, there's big talk in New Orleans this week. Is that Sean Payton keeping it loose, changing the Gatorade colors, putting on his iPod, ordered new warm up outfits. I'm hoping that they're fuzzy felty. Uh, um, what do you think about Sean Payton's attitude of we got to change some things up? Does that say he's worried, or does that show somebody that's been there before?
I think it shows that he is concerned about the way his team plays on the road. So by changing things up, he may be trying to change their mentality of what they have to do to win the game when they travel. It's clear the record indicates the Saints do not travel well. Clearly, that's the case. And then on top of that, I believe they're calling for some inclement weather there in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I kind of have. I think it's kind of hard to forecast that far ahead. I mean, obviously, but I think I saw today 10% chance precipitation. I guess 50% chance of Saints participation. No, um, I think the ugly weather, according to what I looked up today, looked like it was on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and was going to clear up on Sunday a bit. Maybe mid 50s for the game. Either way, this team isn't used. They don't play outdoors as well. They don't travel as well. They're a track team, so they want to play fast. But I think the traveling stuff is a little overhyped. Um, these guys, I mean, you got Drew Brees, you got Sean Payton. These guys have been there before. I'm not too worried about them just because it's on the road. Um, what I am, I'm kind of excited to see what we're going to see from the Eagles. I think in some ways, I think that conversation of can the Saints travel has overshadowed what Chip Kelly has done to these Eagles, and they've been winning a lot lately, and they've been doing it without the Chip Kelly in them. You know, I've seen them run the ball. I've seen them run regular offense. Do you think we're going to see some wild, zany Oregon Duck Dynasty type offense from Chip Kelly in the playoffs? Is he hiding something from us?
I don't know. I think he's going to stick with what's been working for him. I don't see him going too far from what the recent strategy has been, just because the Saints have a good defense, man. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. They can get after the quarterback. They really can. So I don't see him deviating too much from what's been working for him recently. He may have a wrinkle or two that he throws in, but I really believe he'll go with what's been hot for him recently.
I'm worried about Chip Kelly. I'm worried about these Eagles because these guys have talent. They got talent at the running back position. LaShawn McCoy was on the shelf last season, but the team was in shambles last year. He has emerged as the top running back, maybe only second to Jamal Charles,
I would
I
agree
think.
with that. I would agree with that.
Actually, he got the rushing title this year, so he is the top running back in yards. Um, I'm worried about that because there's a real solid foundation, but Chip Kelly is that kind of offensive, uh, warlock. And we saw it in that first 2 weeks where he had that offense doing funky stuff, bubble screen to this, to movement and motion. That worries me a little bit if we run into him. Who do you think's coming out of this game, Joey?
Wow, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be an offensive shootout.
Oh,
Um,
wow, really? Even
yeah,
with the good defense from the
from
Saints?
the Saints. Yeah, I think so. I think the Eagles they're prone to put points up, man. The Eagles have Deshaun Jackson, who's a terrifying matchup for any defensive back. Then they have Brent Selleck, the tight end, who's really come on this year. He's always been good. He's just never really been utilized. And then I
And
can't
they
think
got the racist dude.
exactly. I was just getting ready to say that number 14. I can't think of his name, but
Um,
Riley
Riley
Cooper.
Cooper.
Yes,
Riley Racist Cooper.
he's had a
Uh,
big year too
yeah,
this
yeah. I
year.
mean,
So they have some talent, man, and obviously we know what the Saints can do. Um, So I expect some points to be put up in this game, but I have to give the edge to the Eagles.
You do just because of the home
Just their
advantage.
home, exactly. They're at home, and the Saints. I'm not trying to beat a dead horse here, but like I said, it's clear the record indicates the Saints don't play that well on the
Well,
road.
just to play the advocate on this, the devil's advocate is that, I do think that the Eagles are going to be favored. I think they are the hotter team. Right now, the Saints have had some tough breaks, specifically against us. That was a tough loss for them. Um, but just to point out, the Eagles lost 10 straight at home. So before, I think like 4 or 5 games ago. Now, so they're no champs at home, and I think there is a possibility that hey, Sean Payton, Drew Brees, they've been there before. They've got real talent. These guys, they're a good team.
No
They
doubt.
on both sides of the ball. I think we were lucky in some ways of squeaking out that Bank of America win and splitting with them, but we deserved it. We play hard. So I wouldn't write these guys off. I think it's going to be a fun to watch playoff game,
I agree.
and I expect Jimmy Graham to do a lot. And we'll see if Sean Payton, with this loosey goose Sean Payton, you never know what he's going to do. He might onside the opening kickoff.
Yeah, I might.
Okay, so how about this? Let's flip.